Good morning, students. Welcome back to online learning. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. We have discussed about some basic concepts of computer in the previous video. Today we are going to discuss about some more important topics of chapter first. Your chapter name is Computer System and Software. Now firstly we are going to discuss what is memory. So storage device enables you to store data and instruction entered into a computer system. The storage device of a computer system is known as computer memory or computer storage. So there are two types of memories are available in the computer system: primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory are like RAM and ROM, and secondary memories are like hard disk, floppy disk, DVD and pen drive. So firstly we will discuss primary memory. Primary memory can directly accessible by the CPU, but secondary memory is not directly accessible by the CPU. So we are going to discuss about RAM. RAM stands for random access memory. Random access memory is the part of the computer that temporarily stores an instruction that the computer is running and the data it is processing. So RAM is a volatile memory, means RAM is read and write memory. It is also called read and write memory. Information can be written into and read from a RAM. It retains the stored information as long as it is supplied with power. So we can say that it is a volatile memory. So RAM is a volatile storage device. This means that if the computer's power is turned off, the contents of RAM disappear and are lost. RAM, like the CPU, also plugs into sockets on the motherboard. So there are two types of RAM available: SRAM and DRAM. SRAM stands for static RAM and DRAM stands for dynamic RAM. SRAM has higher access time, so it is faster compared to DRAM. DRAM has higher access time, so it is slower than SRAM. SRAM is costlier than DRAM and DRAM costs less compared to SRAM. SRAM requires constant power supply, which means this type of memory consumes more power. DRAM offers reduced power consumption due to the fact that the information is stored in the capacitor. Due to complex internal circuitry, less storage capacity is available compared to the same physical size of DRAM memory chip. Due to the small internal circuitry in the 1-bit memory cell of DRAM, the large storage capacity is available. SRAM has low packaging density and DRAM has high packaging density. So, static RAM retain stored information only as long as the power supply is on, but a dynamic RAM loses its stored information in a very short time, means in a few milliseconds, even though the power supply is on. So, SRAM have higher speed than dynamic RAMs. Now, next is read only memory. ROM stands for read only memory, the memory from which we can only read but cannot write on it. In this memory only we can read it, we cannot write, but in RAM we can perform both the operation, read and write. This type of memory is non-volatile. RAM is a volatile memory, but ROM is a non-volatile memory. The information is stored permanently. RAM is used for temporary storage, but ROM is used for permanent storage. So, the information is stored permanently in such memories during manufacturing. A ROM stores such instructions that are required to start a computer. This operation is referred to as bootstrap. ROM chips are not only used in the computer but also in other electronic items like washing machine and microwave oven. Now next, ROM types. So there are three types of ROM. First is PROM, EPROM, EEPROM. So we are going to discuss firstly PROM, programmable read only memory. The type of ROM that information is only installed once. The CD can be called PROM. Okay. So the information is recorded on that cannot be erased, like CD. EPROM, erasable programmable read only memory. The type of ROM that can erase and rewrite it, means we can erase it or rewrite it again. CD erasable can be called EPROM. Means in this stored information can be erased by exposing it to UV light, means ultraviolet light. So we can erase the data by UV light, means ultraviolet light. EEPROM means electronic erasable programmable read only memory. It form enhanced of EPROM. A difference compared to the EPROM is able to write and remove the information again and again by the software rather than the hardware. Example, CD rewritable. Applications specific EEPROM is flash BIOS. ROM is the type of information can install or upgrade software. So the information written on this can be erased using electrical signals. Okay, that is, it is called electronic erasable programmable read only memory. We can erase its data by electricity. Now commonly there are some differences between the RAM and ROM. RAM random access memory, ROM read only memory. RAM is volatile, ROM is non-volatile. Allows reading and writing, allows reading only. Temporary storage, permanent storage. RAM is expensive, ROM is cheap. Performs read and write function, performs only write function. DRAM and SRAM are the types of RAM, and PROM and EPROM and double EPROM are the types of ROM. Now next, what is a software? So what is a software? The volatile part of the computer which you cannot see or touch are called software. A computer is an electronic machine that can process data, but it needs to be told what to do in the form of a set of instructions. So these instructions are called a software program. Computer cannot perform anything on its own. To perform any task, it must be instructed. A sequence of instruction written in a language understood by a computer is called computer program or software. The term software refers to a set of sequentially instructions that are required to run or operate computer effectively. Software allows the hardware to do something useful. Without software, the hardware would not know what it was supposed to do. So software depends on hardware and hardware depends on software. Together they form a computer system. Software programs are stored as files on a storage device such as the hard disk, DVD or memory sticks. When they need to run, they are loaded into the computer's memory like RAM. So there are two types of software: system software and application software. System softwares are like operating system, device driver, language processor, utility software, etc. And application software are like general or packaged software or customized software. So firstly we will discuss what is system software. System software is a computer software designed to operate the computer hardware, to provide basic functionality and to provide a platform for running application software. System software includes device, drivers, operating systems, servers, utilities and Windows system. So system software is a computer software designed to operate and control the computer hardware and to provide a platform for running application software. It acts as an interface between the user and the hardware components. Means system software interface between user and hardware. Who is user? We are the user. And how can we operate the computer? By the system software. Okay. So system software is responsible for managing a variety of independent hardware components so that they can work together harmoniously. So firstly we are going to discuss what is operating system. Operating system is a system software, a program that acts as an intermediary between a user of a computer and the computer hardware. What are the goals of the operating system? To execute the user programs and make solving user problems easier. Make the computer system convenient to use and use the computer hardware in an efficient manner. Got it? So, it is the first program loaded into the computer memory. The operating system is the most computer software. Okay. So, this is called operating system. It interface between user and hardware. Okay. Some example of operating system like Windows, Unix, Microsoft, Windows, Linux, OS/2, etc. So, operating system manage all the things. Here you can see the image: monitor, printer, mouse, keyboard, hard drive, application software, means it manages all the things in the computer. So, operating system works like a manager. Okay. Now, next, compiler versus interpreter versus assembler. These three are called language processor. Firstly, we will talk about compiler. Software that converts program written in a high level language into machine language. Okay, compiler converts high level language into machine language, and interpreter software that translate high level language program into machine language. Now, assembler software that converts program written in assembly language into machine language. Converts the whole high level language programs to machine language at a time, and converts the high level language program to machine language line by line. This is the main difference between the compiler and interpreter, that compiler converts whole program, okay, and interpreter converts line by line, and assembler converts assembly language program to machine language. So, compiler used by C or C++ and interpreter used by Ruby, Perl, Python and PHP, and assembler used by assembly language. Now, next, what is utility programs? So, a utility programs, also called a utility, is a type of system software that allows a user to perform maintenance type tasks usually related to managing a computer, its services, its devices or its programs. Utility programs are built in too many operating systems or can be purchased separately. So, these are used to protect a computer from virus infection. These utilities give solution to tackle new virus. Means utility programs tackle new viruses. Okay. So, it protects computer from viruses. Now, next, application software. Application software consists of programs designed to make users more productive and assist them with personal tasks. Application software has a variety of users to make business activities more efficient, to assist with graphics and multimedia projects, to support home, personal and educational tasks, and to facilitate communications. Got it? So, application software are the program designed to do general as well as specific tasks. for the user. They help a user in doing various functions such as word processing, creating database. So there are two types of application software: customized application software and general application software. So first, general purpose software. General purpose application software refers to a computer application that are not designed for a particular business, industries or departments. So many applications are developed that targets the mass market and are used in many different ways by different users. Some common use of general purpose softwares are in word processor, media player, disk burner and web browser. Now, special purpose software. Special purpose application software is a type of software created to execute one specific task. For example, movie editor, sound editor, photo editor, web page designs and development. Tax calculating system for accountants, computer aided design for graphics designer or architects. So, specific purpose software is more limited in what it will do and handles the specific needs of a particular profession or business. These software are developed for some particular type of requirement such as educational software or entertainment software. So, this is your last class of chapter first. Now your chapter first finished. We will discuss about next chapter in the next class. Thank you.